Things are about to get wild in Traitor Town. Donna Kelce, yep, football mom royalty and everyone's favorite cookie-baking sweetheart, is stepping into the chaos of The Traitors Season 4. And honestly, the internet can't decide whether to laugh, cry, or just pre-order popcorn in bulk. And you know who's just as shook as the rest of us? Her daughter-in-law, Kylie. She dropped the bomb on her podcast like, well, guess I have to watch this season now, which, let's be real, is code for, this is gonna be hilarious and I'm not missing a second. So here we have Donna, 72, sweet as pie and probably incapable of lying even if she tried, thrown into a cutthroat game of deception. Kylie's not even pretending to keep it cool. She's fully spiraling on air, going back and forth like, wait, her honesty might be her downfall, or her secret weapon, or both? It's giving confused, supportive daughter-in-law energy, and we're loving every second of it. She's clearly rooting for Donna, but low-key worried Donna might trust the wrong shady reality star and end up sabotaged by a washed-up soap actress or an ex-Bachelor. Meanwhile, Papa Kelce, a.k.a. Ed, was asked what he thinks and gave the verbal equivalent of a shrug and a beer burp. Zero faith, full comedy. And of course, Jason and Travis had to jump in too. Jason admitted he'd be the worst traitor ever, which, by the way, tracks. The man got exposed the one time he tried the game while hiking Kilimanjaro. Like, bro, it's just a game, not Survivor Altitude Edition. And Travis, he's basically obsessed with the show, lives for the drama, takes notes, probably has a secret spreadsheet of best betrayal techniques tucked between his game day playlists. Oh, and Donna's not just up against randoms. She's competing with the likes of Lisa Rinna and Michael Rappaport. Yeah, real shady legends. And speaking of legendary, guess who's shutting down the whole changing your last name for love narrative like it's 1952? Taylor Swift. Word on the street is that even if she does end up marrying Travis Kelce, and that's still a big if with all the cryptic guest list sightings and secret weddings that may or may not be happening, she's not dropping Swift for anything, not even for a Super Bowl ring or Kelce's linebacker charm. According to insiders, she's got her empire, her eras, her Grammy shelf, and that iconic last name stamped all over it. So yeah, that name's locked down tighter than her vault songs. Apparently, Taylor's entire vibe right now is if we get hitched, it's on my terms, and honestly, who's surprised? The girl didn't build a billion-dollar brand by playing backup dancer in her own love story. Meanwhile, the whole wedding rumor train went off the rails the second her and Travis's names showed up on some NFL guy's wedding guest list. Fans practically broke out in hives, theorizing if this was their soft launch as Mr. and Mrs. But then boom, plot twist, they didn't even show up. Skipped the whole thing and dipped to Kelce's cousin's wedding instead, leaving everyone clutching their pearls and refreshing Twitter like lunatics. And while Taylor's chilling in Florida and Travis is getting back into football beast mode, there's another twist. Apparently the pressure is mounting for Mr. Kelce. Not just from Taylor, but from her ride-or-die Swifties and literally the entire internet breathing down his neck like it's draft day and he forgot his cleats. One insider said dude's starting to feel the heat, like should I propose? Should I wait? What if I mess up and the fans write a diss track about me? And now, just when you think Miss Swift is about to drop a new diss track or trademark her own wedding ring, she pulls a total curveball and takes a full step back to let Travis shine at his Dude Fest, a.k.a. Tight End University. Yup, the same pop goddess who can sell out a stadium just by breathing decided to ditch the red carpet and chill quietly in the background while her man played host to a 3-day NFL bro conference. And let's be honest, Tight End University sounds more like an SNL sketch than an actual event, but apparently it's a whole thing with drills, film study, recovery talk, and maybe a protein shake or two. So while Travis is doing his football professor bit with George Kittle and Greg Olsen, Taylor's low-key in the bar, cheesing at her man like he just scored a touchdown at a Swiftie convention. She skips the cameras, skips the red carpet, but fans with hawk eyes and iPhones still clock her grinning from the shadows. Honestly, it's peak supportive girlfriend energy with a side of I could headline this party, but I choose peace. Oh, and word on the street is that she might be one of the surprise musical guests performing at the Tight Ends and Friends concert, because of course she might be. Why settle for being a +1 when you can casually hijack a football festival with a surprise set and still call it a chill Tuesday? But it's not all football and protein bars. The two were also spotted in NYC having their usual serve and slay moment. Taylor in a corset and miniskirt, Travis looking like he's living in a rom-com, hand-holding, smiling at waitstaff, hopping into a car like they're off to shoot a fragrance commercial. And don't forget their cute Stanley Cup date night in Florida earlier this month, because apparently this couple is booked, busy, and bi-coastal. And apparently also airborne, because just hours after romancing Taylor over pasta at their fave NYC date night spot, Travis goes full Bond mode and hops into a private helicopter like it's no big deal. Destination? The Hamptons. Because when you're America's favorite tight end with a Super Bowl ring and Taylor Swift on speed dial, your weekend plans don't involve traffic. They involve luxury shoppers and a six-figure golf membership. So there he goes, flying out with his buddy Ross Travis for a chill little golf day at East Hampton Golf Club, which, fun fact, is so exclusive it might as well come with a secret handshake and a golden key. We're talking $400K just to get in, and that's before you even touch a golf ball. No carts allowed unless you've got a doctor's note, so yes, Travis is out there doing lunges in khaki shorts, sipping drinks, and living his best retirement-free off-season life. Of course, this whole move screams main character energy. One minute he's all hands in pocket, smiling at waiters in NYC, the next he's high in the sky, swapping city lights for rolling greens like he's starring in a Nicholas Sparks sports sequel. And let's not forget, this comes right after his con trip with brother Jason, casually repping their podcast empire on a global stage. The Kelce brothers aren't just touchdown kings anymore, they're building media dynasties, flexing charisma, and flying private while doing it. Now that Travis is back stateside, he's clocked in for minicamp like the pro he is, but don't get it twisted. The man's still got a little vacation juice left before it's all cleats and locker rooms again come July. And for those retirement rumors, he swats them away like a linebacker on Red Bull. He says he's got more to prove, more to train for, and no, he hasn't dropped 25 pounds, thank you very much. Just a bit leaner, a bit meaner, and a lot more airborne than your average NFL offseason. Meanwhile, over on the ground, and firmly planted in dad mode, Jason Kelce is redefining the post-retirement glow-up. The man traded cleats for causes and hasn't looked back since. After 13 seasons of body-slamming dudes and making center look sexy, Jason hung up his helmet and basically sprinted straight into community superhero status. But don't get it twisted. This isn't your average fade into the background farewell tour. Nope. Jason Kelce has entered his philanthropic icon era, and he's doing it in a two-piece set with a toddler on his hip and a charity checklist in his pocket. This guy's influence still runs deeper than an offensive line meeting. Word is he even helped save the Eagles' infamous tush-push play at the NFL owners' meeting, which is the kind of power move that says, I may be retired, but I still run this joint. And then there's the real MVP work, teaming up with Kylie for autism awareness. Jason ran a whole 5K while Kylie gave a powerhouse speech at the Eagles Autism Symposium. That's couple goals charitable edition. But hold up, it doesn't stop there. The Kelce fam's about to hit the Jersey Shore, not for beach selfies, but for Team 62's multi-day fundraiser, which raised almost $1 million this year alone. That's not a typo. That's Jason casually changing lives between bedtime stories and podcast recordings. And yes, speaking of podcasts, his post-NFL gig at ESPN and the whole New Heights podcast takeover with Travis, yeah, he's casually slaying the media game too. Jason also snagged the Outstanding Leadership Award from the Won't Quit Foundation, basically a You're Crushing Life trophy that he now shares with Travis. And let's not ignore the fact that both Kelce bros have become walking, talking proof that you can have it all. Super Bowls, charity empires, dad jokes, and designer hoodies. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.